That change of direction wasn't even fast. Is this a problem you have, not being able to react? I bet many of you also can't return the ball when it's suddenly sent to your forehand after a backhand rally, right? The first problem is that your backhand stance is too close to the table. Because you're too close, when the ball comes to your forehand, it feels deep and you get jammed easily. So, for your backhand stance, you must leave some space, about an arm's length. With this space, when the ball comes to your forehand, you can move over, adjust your racket, and you'll be in the perfect position. The second problem, you find it hard to move because you're sitting back on your hips. This makes your first reaction to reach with your arm instead of moving your feet. Only by keeping your center of gravity on the balls of your feet can you ensure your footwork is light and agile when you initiate movement. So, point 1, maintain distance from the table. Point 2, you must ensure your upper body is leaning forward. This way, you can cover the ball. No matter when they hit it, I can cover it. But if you're sitting back, your instinct will be to lean back when the ball comes. Even if you get there, it will be a passive stroke. So, lean your body forward, keep your center of gravity low. That's our second point. The third point is, never plant your right foot too firmly. The reason you couldn't react to those two forehand balls is that your right foot was planted like this, making it impossible to move to your forehand. Because your foot is flat, your start will definitely be slow. If you're on the balls of your feet, this foot can move quickly. So, your weight shouldn't be fully on your right leg. Even though I stand like this foot must always be ready to move, not planted flat. If you put too much weight on your right leg, it can't move. You have to unweight it before moving, you can't just explode from a dead stop. So even if your backhand is pulled to the middle, you must quickly recover your ready position before you can transition to the forehand. Let's summarize. 1 arm's length from the table, upper body forward, and during rallies, keep your hips up. Be ready to push off with your left leg, keep the right foot light, to move to the forehand. The fourth point is anticipation. You're not watching my racket when you play. Watching the opponent's racket is crucial. Right now, you're too focused on your own technique, like closing the racket face or finishing your stroke, and that's slowing down your reaction. Actually, for any topspin ball on your backhand, if you don't want to miss, just hit the very back of the ball. Keep the racket face closed at about a 2 o'clock angle and move forward. As long as your backswing isn't too low and you hit the back of the ball, it's hard to miss this shot. This position doesn't count as the back of the ball. Many players hit their backhand long in rallies because their backswing is too low, and then they hit upwards. That will always go out. Or, even if the backswing is high enough, if you try to create arc by hitting upwards, it will still go out. So, just make sure you hit the back of the topspin ball. No matter how much quality you add, it's hard to miss unless you're flicking your wrist or have other technical flaws. But that's a separate issue. As long as you're behind the ball and you don't flick your wrist or make erratic movements, the ball will easily land on the table. So, your entire focus must be locked on the opponent's racket at the moment of contact. Why does the ITTF require rubbers to be different colors? It's to make them easier to see. For example, when I was a kid, if my opponent had black rubber on their backhand and wore dark clothes, it would affect my ability to watch their racket. My focus would drift. Nowadays, most players use a red rubber on their backhand. So, you must watch their racket. When their stroke changes from the previous one, your body and nerves must tense up. They're either going to the middle or to your forehand. And at the point of contact, the direction of the opponent's forearm is very clear. If you don't react until the ball has crossed the net, you will definitely be late. If you react the instant they hit the ball, you can play a powerful shot. If you react while the ball is approaching the net, you can get to it. But if you react after it crosses the net and bounces, you'll be too late. Come on, watch me. Focus on me, not your own technique. Just hit the back of the ball. See, you're starting to react now. But your backhand lacks confidence right now. You're still afraid of missing. There's a strange rule with the backhand: the more tentative you are, the more likely it is to go out. Look, I'm not hitting hard. You need to proactively press down on the arc of the ball. See? You hit it out again. You got tentative. When I put pressure on you, you felt the ball was faster and deeper, so you just started patting it. Or you start lifting it. Because you're jammed, you subconsciously try to push back or lift the ball. And as soon as you lift, it goes out. When you feel the ball is deep, you have to press forward on its arc. Watch, when I hit with power, you have to press down the arc. When you're pressured and you lift, for example, you hit hard at me, watch, it immediately goes out. Fellow players have probably experienced this, and it's the same with blocking. Because the opponent is hitting a topspin ball. If I were to rip one at you, it would have even more spin. When your opponent hits a ball with this much topspin, you must close your racket angle to press down the arc. If you lift it, you'll be jammed and it'll go straight out. You must press this arc down. No matter how powerful the ball is, press it down. Don't be afraid. Press it down, yes, press it down. This isn't about hitting harder, it's about pressing the arc. These are two fundamentally different concepts. It's not about me hitting hard at you, and you trying to hit harder back at me. Watch my racket. Why are you missing the ball? Where is your transition lacking? When transitioning from backhand to forehand, you must change your racket angle quickly. Right now, your body gets into position first, and then your hand adjusts the racket face. But I adjust my racket face while I'm moving my feet. The moment I land, I can hit the ball. You finish your footwork first, and then your hand comes over. If the ball is a bit faster, you'll get jammed. Second point, when you transition from backhand to forehand, you're not closing your racket face. You're getting to the forehand with your racket like this. This is not a proper angle or ready state to meet the ball. When the ball comes, your instinct is to back away. And your racket face is open, so the ball just goes past you. You've missed several that way already. I've taught you this before. The faster the ball, the more you need to get in front and block it with a closed racket face. The faster the ball comes, the more you need to use a closed racket angle to intercept it. But you're coming at it like this. When you move to the forehand side, don't just leave your hand there and then change it after you've moved your feet. While your feet are moving, your hand must come over immediately. This transition needs to be fast. Because it's a topspin ball, and second, your hand must be ready with the return stroke. Watch when I move over. No matter where they hit it, I'm ready with my return stroke. The way you're holding your racket now, you're guaranteed to miss the ball. Your hand must keep the racket closed and go find the ball. Look, I move over to find the ball. When the ball comes, go to it. Don't keep your racket face vertical, or you'll miss. You can't hit the ball with an open racket like that because the ball is too fast to make a full stroke. The correct technique is to keep the racket closed so you can meet the ball in front. You have to proactively use your forehand to return it. You have to be proactive in returning this ball. Many players struggle with the backhand to forehand transition because of the misconception that there will always be enough time to prepare for the shot with a full setup and backswing, regardless of the ball's speed. In reality, that's often impossible. Actually, here's how I handle many of these balls. When the opponent's topspin is especially fast, I have to swing the moment my foot lands. Because there's simply no time for a full stroke. There's no opportunity to rotate your waist, hips, and body to get into the perfect position to return it. This is an active change of direction from the opponent, not like when you loop and they block, where you have plenty of time. So, when you get to the forehand position, you must swing immediately. Add some brush. Be proactive with your swing. As long as my racket can touch the ball, I can't be passive and just pat it. No matter how fast the ball is, if I can touch it, I must make an active swing. At most, I'll shorten my backswing and make the stroke smaller, but I will still actively hit it back. I can't just give up the attack and passively block because the ball is fast and my footwork isn't perfect. Even if the opponent changes to a wide angle and my feet can't keep up, I still have to execute the return stroke and hit it back at them. This is the in-game reaction you must have, based on the incoming ball. However they hit it to you, you hit it back to them. Don't be passive, don't just pat it, and don't dodge it. Also, for a topspin ball to your forehand, you can't give ground. You always want to make space by turning your waist or backing up to hit it later. But the more you back away from a topspin ball, the more it will jam you and give you less time. The correct approach is to get to the forehand position to intercept it, using its pace to generate your own power.